Hello, I'm Jennifer Nevill with this edition of the Middle East Report. In response to Israel and the US coordinated attacks on Iran's leaders and military sites over the weekend, I spoke earlier to David Silver, founder of Al-Azhar Ministries, and invited him to say more about the latest developments in the war, which has already taken out the supreme leader of Iran.
Well, we're at the beginning of day 3 here in Israel, and we had quite a number of sirens and go off and missiles coming in over the night. Only one here in Haifa, but there were several in Jerusalem and in the center of the country. I just see that 7 people were injured when some shrapnel hit their car as they were driving through Jerusalem. And yesterday, very sadly, 9 people were killed when they were sheltering in the bomb shelter of a local synagogue in Beit Shemesh. They've just released the names of one mother and daughter. We're not sure who else was in there yet, but that was a tragedy and destroyed a number of houses around the area as well. But going back to really the beginning of it all, it was a great success in the first couple of hours, really, for Israel and the US. But it was, I think it was Israeli aircraft that took out the presidential palace. They dropped 30 bombs on it and killed the Ayatollah Khomeini and his deputy and a number of other top leaders of the regime. So that was an amazing start to the mission. And Israeli jets and US Air Force jets have been continuing to bomb targets in Tehran and around the country. I read that the Americans have sunk 9 Iranian warships. One American F-15 jet has been shot down, but both pilots were ejected and rescued, and apparently that was Kuwaiti air defense mistook them for Iranian jets. And Iran has been attacking most of their fellow Muslim Persian Gulf states like Dubai, the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Dubai, Jordan, and they apparently attacked a British Air Force, RAF Air Force base on Cyprus in the last few hours. So they've attacked Dubai Airport, and a number of hotels have been set on fire. So I think it won't be long before those Arab nations will lose their patience and hopefully join the campaign. And we'll see what your Prime Minister does. We're very disappointed, really, in his lack of action right now. But we'll see if the attack on the RAF base will change his mind. Over the night, Hezbollah began to fire missiles across the border into the north. Our son Stefan has been up there since Sunday afternoon. So he's up there, right up there on the border, and a number of missiles have come across, and Israel responded by bombing, Hezbollah sites in southern Lebanon, I think as far up as Beirut. So this thing looks like it could escalate before it begins to calm down. But if that amazing beginning was anything to go by, I would say it could be over relatively quick. Donald Trump is saying 4 weeks, but I don't think so. I think if they do enough damage, the Iranian Guard will. They probably won't surrender. They'll just run away, I think. And then, of course, there are Mossad agents and CIA agents on the ground in Iran, stirring up the local, particularly the students, to rise up and overthrow the regime themselves. And I think if you can get, a very large number doing that, they could quite easily storm the headquarters and drive them out, and then basically that really would be it.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll just have to wait and see what today brings. It's quiet here at the moment, beautiful day, sunny and fine, a little warm with a cold wind, but very pleasant at the moment.
So do you know if Israel has managed to destroy any of the nuclear facilities in Iran at the moment?
Well, apparently we've destroyed 50% of their missile launches and a large stock of their missiles, but I haven't heard any news about their nuclear sites, but they were basically put out of action by the American attack. I think it was on June the 12th.
Yeah.
I know that the Iranians built big dirt walls at the entrances of all of their underground facilities to try and stop anybody getting in. Yesterday, Israel was preparing to attack, I think it's a town or a city called Isfahan. They actually warned the people to leave, like we often do, which no other country does that. But that is a site of in a lot of industry where they make weapons and probably nuclear facilities as well. So that was late last evening.
So David, what is the mood like in Israel? Are the people supporting Netanyahu's stand on Iran?
First of all, Jennifer, all of the political parties, including, the opposition who are virulently opposed to Netanyahu and his coalition, they're all in unity. They're all backing what Israel's doing and calling for the destruction of the regime. And just generally speaking, it feels very calm. The people, we've had a lot of experience of this, of course, but I think, with the way we've been fed by the media over the dangers of Iran in the future, if they're not stopped, I think most people here in the country are solidly behind the government, and we're looking forward to having good relations with the normal people of Iran. And apparently, I don't know if you heard the news, but apparently Jews and Iranians have been dancing and singing and celebrating in Golders Green and other parts of the UK and in other cities around the world.
Yeah, that's tremendous. Well, David, this comes, of course, at a very strategic time when, of course, the festival of Purim starts this evening. So could you tell us more about this festival and how important it is and how significant that you see this festival is at this time for the Jewish people at the moment?
Well, Purim, of course, occurred in Persia, which is now Iran. So that's why it's important, because as we know from the story, a beautiful young Israeli girl called Esther, her Hebrew name was Hadassah, had favor with the king. She became his wife, and her uncle let her know that there was a plan to annihilate the Jewish people by this fellow called Haman. So she let her husband know, and he dealt with the situation, and Haman hung on his own gallows that he'd built for the Jews, and the Jewish people were saved. So it's a story of being saved and rescued, and it starts tonight. Now the sad thing is, all public gatherings are banned, so we're not going to. Maybe families can can celebrate with their kids at home. I'm sure they will, but there's no public celebrations. But it would be very significant because it starts tonight and runs through tomorrow. It would be very significant, if, and that's a big if, hypothetically speaking, if something major happened tomorrow on the day of Purim to bring down the Iranian regime. That would be very, very significantly in the natural and in the spiritual.
And of course this is mentioned very much, I'm thinking of Jeremiah 49, about the prophetic association with Purim and Iran, so we're really living in very tremendous days when we're seeing the fulfillment of these scriptures coming
prophecy,
to pass, aren't we, really?
We really are, and it just keeps accelerating. It's hard to keep up with it. Some people sadly run ahead of it, but we need to be careful. We need to be careful to look at the scriptures and ask the Holy Spirit to show us. And we also, I'd like to just warn all of your listeners that we need to be very careful what we see and what we hear on television, because they're using AI. The Iranians are using AI to broadcast videos and audio messages to deter people around the world. So we need to watch that and make sure that, double check anything that comes in that sounds a little bit, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably isn't.
So, David, in all that you've been sharing, how can we pray for Israel and, of course, the Iranian people at this time?
Please pray for, protection over Israel, over our borders, over the people throughout the country, because some, people are being hit and killed and injured. We need to pray for a quick resolution to the war, and pray for the Iranian people also that they will rise up and storm their government. And we just need to pray also for your own government in the UK, that they will do the right thing, and also pray that that the pastors around the country will understand that they should be praying for Israel at this point of time.
And David, for any of our listeners who'd like to know more about your ministry and to even sign up for your regular newsletters, what can they do?
We normally send out a newsletter on Friday, but during this war, and like in previous wars, I generally send out one every day. I'm sending it out in the morning with reports from yesterday and up until now, so that's just gone out. You can write to me, actually make it office@outofzion.org. We also just started a Telegram channel, and we're updating that, every few minutes throughout the day. So, but anyway, the information of that is on the email that's going out.
Well, it's been great to catch up with you, David, and we'll keep you in prayer as well, particularly for your son, Stefan. He's a reservist, isn't he, in the army? Yeah. Yeah,
he's a reserve major, but his position is always right about 1 kilometre inside the Israeli border. He's up there right now.
Oh, yes.
Hopefully coming home later today.
Well, we keep you all in prayer, David.
Thank you, and God bless you, and God bless all of your listeners.
Thank you very much, David. God bless you. Bye-bye. That was David Silver. Please continue to pray for protection over him and his family, and also for the Lord's protection over Israel and Iran at this time. This ends this edition of the Middle East Report. Please join me again next time for the latest news from Israel and the Middle East. For more details, go to onlinemiddleeastreport.com.